Hi there, Hot Tops. I am Marcus Boston, the producer of High Off the Glass with Oh the Great. I want to thank you for listening to High Off the Glass. Hope you're enjoying the marriage of basketball and marijuana. Please follow the show on Instagram at High Off the Glass, and that is High Off the Glass, THA, not THE. On Twitter at the_glass. Follow our gracious and well-informed host, Oh the Great, on Twitter at Oh the Great. And once again, that the is THA, not THE. Follow him on Instagram at Oh the Great _. Also follow the show on Facebook at High Off the Glass. And if you're feeling old school, you want to give us an email, it's highofftheglass@gmail.com. So please share, tag, comment, and DM the show with any kind of questions, conversations, even when we be on the show. You know, we are very quick with responding, and let's keep building our community. Okay? That's enough of me. Enjoy the show.
All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? We are back at it. We are here for High Off the Glass. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing today? We are here. Yeah, I'm sorry I sound like a game show host. I just wanted to say it like that. But we are back with my brother, Mr. Hill. Coach Hill is back again. He has decided to join us again this week. We are happy for his presence. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for coming back.
Once again,
We appreciate you. It is so good to have you because it is a perfect time to have you. We are here for our Stanley Cup NBA Finals recap. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you all haven't heard, this is the man who predicted. He got both of them right. He got both right. So give it up for Mr. Hill for... I'm going stupid with these sound effects when I think about doing it. But yeah, we got to give it up for him because he got both right. I'm proud of you, bro. Right on.
That'd be Nostradamus. Shout out Ryan L. Jackson. And Rodney Jackson. Especially Rodney Jackson. Happy birthday, Rodney Jackson. That's my cousin.
That's right.
Your cousin.
That's right.
Your brother-in-law.
Who was also in Miami today performing.
Right.
Dichotomy, breaking it down today.
Yes.
We praying for you, Rob. We know you having a great show. Shout out to all the fathers out there today. Shout out to everyone who has a great father, who lost their father. Everybody, we shout you out today. It's Father's Day. Yay.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers.
No doubt. But yeah, man, you I guess you did it, man. You know, you got both right. I only got one right. I'm mad. So what do you okay, if I remember last time, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be karma. Pat's going to win, and then St. Louis is going to win. Is there anything else to that? I mean, did you see anything else?
Well, like I was saying, you know, when Golden State decided they were not going to give him a ring ceremony, they pretty much put it in the cards then. Because this, for one, he's a child of God. He's. I mean, I'm not gonna say like he's super religious or anything like that. Because I really don't know that. But
that's good to
hear. I know he believes in God. He has a strong presence in his life. So I mean, once you, like I always say, when you mess with one of God's own,
right.
I mean, this man's been super blessed since the day he's been drafted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who gets drafted in the second round and traded to the champs on the night of the draft?
That's true.
Then 2 weeks later, KD signed.
Yeah.
He was sitting in the house, and I'm like, man, the day KD signed, I'm like, you finna get a ring.
Yeah.
As a rookie.
I remember that. I remember where I was, man. Yeah, we were on vacation in Kansas City at this awesome hotel water park thing, and we saw it on TV. My son got excited. I was like, yeah, y'all about to win. Yeah. But that's his team, so.
You know, but they're not the champs now. Right, Mr. Jackson?
Well,
the North Side. But it's gonna. It was a stirring run. It was a stirring run by Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would have been any different if KD would have played. Because what a lot of people don't really take into account is Toronto. After winning the finals, Toronto is actually 6-2 against Golden State this year, and they have not lost in Oakland.
That's true. And
It's, their style of play more than likely dictates that Golden State just is not a good matchup for Golden State.
Okay, and let's just get this out of the way because we need to. If Golden State is 100% healthy, do they win this series? Let's just be honest.
It would be close.
You think it'd be close?
I think it still would go 7 games.
Still will go 7.
Toronto is an extremely good team. My theory is like this also. People talk about the West being better than the East and things like that. Excuse me. The top 4 teams in the East are elite teams. That's just a given. The top 4 teams in the East can compete with any of the elite teams in the West, and there's only really 2, maybe 3 elite teams in the West. Everybody else is just a good team.
Right.
So I wasn't like really shocked that Toronto, beat them, because I wasn't thinking like they would be ran through the ground in any other way. It's just because Toronto, they only finished 2 games behind Milwaukee.
Right.
For all the static stuff that people talked about Milwaukee this year.
Right.
Like they weren't markedly better than Toronto.
They weren't, but what's so amazing about Milwaukee had the best record in the league.
Budenholzer had a number 1 seed in Atlanta. He did the same thing.
That's true. That's very true.
Not a big game coach.
Yeah.
And he keeps proving it in big games.
Yeah.
And then when you have an entity like Kawhi, who's way more defined and better than an Antetokounmpo, that's someone you can depend on a little more. And it's not like I didn't respect his game before, because I really did. But he went to another level, though. He really did go to another. I mean, still not Kobe. I mean, but he took it to another level.
You trying to take it back to that argument, because we can have that if you want to do that.
Don't get me wrong. Just like Steve Smith said the other day, him and Grant Hill said this on it. I always tell people like this. If you should get your NBA information from NBA TV or NBA.com first.
I agree.
Before ESPN or anybody else, simply because that's strongly affiliated with the league. Just like if you're a football fan, you don't look at anything before you look at the NFL Network.
Well, I wouldn't go to NBA TV first all the time, because I can't if I'm just have access to my phone. If I just have access to my phone, what am I going to get? I'm going to get either Bleacher Report or ESPN. That's where I'm going to get first. But if I'm at home and
I have the NBA.com app,
I had the app. The NBA app is garbage. It's not good. It's not good like it used to be.
Trust me, it's been upgraded a lot.
I just got I haven't received a notification from them all season, and the last time I got one is when Bob Myers was crying after KD got hurt after that one game.
You didn't receive any Celtics notifications?
No.
Oh,
no, and I've had it on. The only one I've received is about Bob Myers after KD got hurt in game 5. I mean, come on now.
That's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense. That app is horrible, bro. I have League Pass. I could barely watch League Pass games on it. That's how bad it was. I could barely watch League Pass games at work.
I didn't have any problem watching League Pass games on mine.
I did. And my phone, and nothing's wrong with my phone.
That's right. I'm sorry. League Pass is for real NBA fans. Real NBA fans have League Pass, just like you football fans have Red Zone and that garbage.
They have Sunday Ticket. Yeah, the Sunday Ticket. You know how I go. But
I had Sunday Ticket before. Don't get me wrong. I don't compare to League Pass.
I loved it when I love the NFL. The Sunday Ticket is the best thing.
Well, the reason I say League Pass is better, football fans. Don't get me wrong. Sunday Ticket and Red Zone are beautiful and wonderful. But with League Pass, we have the option to buy a quarter. We can buy a whole game. We can buy one specific team.
You can buy a quarter. Who wants to see a quarter of basketball?
You have those so-called fans who only like to see like the end of the game.
Oh, that's weird.
You have that option with League Pass. You can just buy the fourth quarter. Let's say
I didn't know you could do that. I knew you could do individual.
You got to look at it like this. Say if you only have like the Celtics, but you see it's a barn burner going on in LA. You can buy that quarter and see that last quarter. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that would be stupid for you to just pigeonhole yourself into one team anyway. You got the League Pass. You got all them teams to choose from.
I mean, I'm paying for the whole thing, but it's really... Trust me, it's only one team I'm really focusing on.
I feel you on that, but I'm watching as many as I can.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm flicking through the channels.
Yeah.
But I'm getting back to Tommy and Mike Gorman. Trust me. without fail.
Love him.
Or the Red Mamba.
Right. Shout out. Oh, yes, exactly. No, it wasn't I thought it was a White Mamba. He's a White Mamba. White Mamba. Yeah.
White Mamba, Red Mamba. It's Scalabrini.
Yeah, shout out to Scals, Brian Scalabrini, NBA champ. Shout out to Johnny Most. He was my boy coming up. I was raised with him. Rest in peace.
People, we better change the subject before people start. Come on, that's how they talk about the Celtics.
Okay, don't give a damn. It's my show.
I was with a coworker of mine the other day, and I had him listening to the broadcast.
Yeah.
And this was like right before the AD trade. He a Laker fan.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, "Man, that's all y'all talking about is Boston." But he was like, "Man, I see you showing respect to the Lakers. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, the Lakers get respect because they got 16 titles. I mean, you can't front on that,
right?
You know what I mean? You got people who like these other teams, but to me, a lot of them are kind of bandwagonish.
Bro, you ain't even got to bring them up. You don't even bring them up.
Matter of fact, speaking of Happy Father's Day, special Happy Father's Day to my uncle, Ralph Jackson.
Nice.
This is the guy who he told me when I was young. He told me I was going to be a coach.
Yeah. And
he actually, I was just telling somebody the other day. He instilled like in my cousins, your brother-in-laws.
Yeah.
That's where we learned how to talk trash.
Yeah.
That's where we learned about basketball.
Yeah.
That's where we learned about loyalty to a team.
Yeah.
Like, to this day, his team is the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah. Chicago Bulls? You mean Bears?
Oh, Chicago Bears. That's
Bears.
right.
Yeah, you don't care about the Bulls.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't even mess with Mike. You know that.
But that's what he taught us. I mean, he actually used to hoop with us, and he'd be reining in jumpers and talking trash to us.
Yeah,
and there's nothing we could do but watch him go to the free throw line and talk more trash until we learned how to get better. That's what he was teaching us. No matter how somebody is talking, you play your game and get better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but just the love of basketball that my cousins have and I have. That's where it comes from.
That's a great man right there. I got to talk to him earlier today and hear some stories. It was great. Shout out to Pastor Jackson. That's the man. That's the man all day. That's the man all day. But let's get back to these finals. So I think we said Toronto. Toronto won. They would have won sooner. I think they definitely would have won in 5 if Nurse didn't call that timeout with 3 minutes and something to go. They were on a terrific run. Golden State was gassed. There was nothing they could do. They could not stop them defensively, and they could not get anything off offensively because they were so tired. Toronto was a little tired, but everything they were putting up was going in. They literally could have ended them right there, but they didn't. And then when they took the timeout, they stopped their momentum. Golden State was able to breathe again, get some rest, and then get on the court and do what they do. And then Toronto was trying to catch up, putting up bad shots. They still had a chance at the end, but that was a horrible sequence. That was a bad play. I would have drove to the basket. Fault. Yeah, I would have drove to the basket.
That was Nurse's fault.
Yeah.
That's what
anybody drive to the basket. You couldn't if you can't get Kawhi off, which you couldn't get anybody to drive to the basket. All you needed was a point.
They got the ball with 15 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
You should have called a timeout and ran a play for Kawhi.
Yeah.
Just like the play that Golden State ran, where
no, I don't think it was 15. I thought it was more like 10, 8.
No, it was like 13 seconds left.
Yeah,
when they got the ball, 13.7, something like that.
Okay.
And my point is, the play that Golden State ran, where Steph missed that shot, that was a Brad Stevens play. If you notice, where they threw the ball all the way across the court.
Yeah.
Steph comes off a screen and comes around because they knew he's going to be the focus of the play. So you got to try to figure out a way to get him open.
Right.
Just like when Toronto had the ball. In the other game. Nick Nurse, I'm like, okay, you got a timeout in your pocket.
Yeah.
Call a timeout. That way you can design a play for Kawhi, who they cannot stop. And you can at least get something going to the basket, or
wanted him to call a timeout at that point, at that 3-minute mark.
No, not that one. I'm talking about within the last few seconds when they had the ball, bringing the ball up the court. Because if you notice, Kawhi dribbles away like about 4 or 5 seconds, and then he passes the ball off. Now Van Vliet should have shot, but he kicked it to Kyle Lowry in the corner.
Right.
When Van Vliet caught the ball,
Vliet couldn't shoot.
It was a defender closing out on him.
Yeah, I feel like it was Iggy.
So all he had to do was just jump into him, and you'd be at the line. No, it wasn't Iggy though, because
Iggy was on Kawhi.
This is what I love about that play. If you think about that play, this is what makes LeBron so great. And this is what I'm saying. No, because he gets crucified for the same thing. Kawhi starts to drive, Iggy comes up and doubles him. The same thing he did to LeBron.
Yeah, he kicks.
And LeBron kicked it to George Hill.
Yeah.
George Hill gets fouled, missed the free throws. Kawhi.
LeBron didn't get blamed for that.
The LeBron haters.
Well,
the
yeah,
LeBron haters
yeah,
all they said is he should have shot it.
You're the best.
Jordan would have shot. Kobe would have shot.
You're not going to take a bad shot though. You're not going to make a bad basketball play.
Kawhi's exact words was, "I had to make the right basketball play."
Yeah.
He kicks it to the side.
Yeah.
He does not get crucified for that at all.
Yeah.
But when LeBron does it,
yeah.
Oh, it's the end of the world.
It's because we've seen LeBron so many times with the ball and with the opportunity to dominate and score, and we see him meek. We see him kind of shrink in those moments. And here, please, D Wade, save me. Please, Chalmers, save me. Please, somebody else take this shot. Bro, it's happened before. Look, you're going off of, you're judging everything off of everything that happened after 45, 15 and 5. You're judging everything off of that one game.
I'm not saying that those events did not happen. All I'm saying is there's been more times than not.
That even happened in Cleveland, bro.
There's been more times than not where LeBron has stood up okay.
Well, LeBron was not in the finals. Why are we talking about LeBron?
No. I was just talking about the contrast between how the same kind of play and how Kawhi did not get crucified for it, but LeBron does get crucified for doing the same thing.
When you're the best player in the league, Michael got crucified like this. That's what happens when you're the guy. LeBron is the guy. KD was about to take that. KD was about to take that spot, but it's still LeBron's. When you're the guy, you're gonna have a huge faction of haters. The GOAT had the same thing. Michael had the same thing. Don't expect Kawhi to get that same type of hate because Kawhi's not the guy yet. You know what I'm saying?
Kawhi, really, if you think about it, he's pretty much passed up Kevin Durant. You really think he has?
The only way you would say that is because you would say it because he's hurt right now. The same way you said Kawhi wasn't in the conversation as one of the best players because he was hurt last year.
I'm not.
You can't really say that's not fair to say. That's not fair to say.
You just won Finals MVP in 2 different conferences, which hasn't been done, and 2 different teams, which only been done 3 times now.
No, he's the third person to do it. Yeah,
and that's Kareem, the greatest ever, and LeBron.
I know, man. I'm just saying.
That means to me,
and that's huge. Yeah, that's huge.
You passed up KD.
I don't think so.
The reason I say that is because defensively, he has the defensive stats. See, like the Jordan lovers, they always tell me about the defensive awards that Jordan has won, which is great. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So but if Kawhi has those same credentials, and with the things that he's done with 2 different franchises, he's passed up Kevin Durant. Because Kevin Durant has only done it with 1 franchise.
Yes,
and like you were saying. Even though he did make the team better, he did go to a great team. Kawhi went to a very good team, but like I said, he's done it in 2 different conferences with 2 different organizations.
Okay, the 2 different conferences thing doesn't really float my boat like that. The 2 different teams thing is huge.
2 different conferences?
It's all NBA, bro. It's not like the NL versus the AL where we play different. You know what I mean? It's all the same league, especially now where the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference it's more of the same. It's not that big gap like it used to be. It's still the same NBA, bro. This ain't a minor league and a major league. You know what I mean? It's the same league. But I get what you're saying because that's a huge accomplishment. It was only Kareem and LeBron that ever do that. That's huge, especially. And if you look at
first ballot Hall of Famer now.
You look at Kareem's. Kareem's is even more ridiculous because his first championship was in, 76?
70, 71.
Good God. 70, 71 as a rookie. And then you go 10 more years and then, 10, 11 years, then he gets into L.A. Like, come on. Like, 10 years, then he gets into L.A.
He got to L.A., I think, around 76, 77.
No, but I'm saying they didn't win none until Magic got there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't win no championship in the 70s. So, yeah, because it was
70s. He won as a rookie.
No, I'm saying in LA.
Oh, okay.
Because it was Wilt's team.
Okay, well, that's what makes Kareem the greatest ever.
No,
this is what I mean when I say that.
It doesn't. It's Michael.
He did everything Jordan did in the 70s, except the league didn't have the same exposure.
He didn't do everything Jordan did.
He had top 10 tennis shoes. The Adidas top 10. Those were they're called the top 10 because they only gave them to the top 10, considered the top 10 players in the league. They wore that particular shoe.
That wasn't Kareem's shoe. That Kareem did not have. Did he have a signature shoe? I think him and Doc had a signature shoe, but they never had anything with their name on it.
He had a signature shoe in the 70s. That's what I'm saying. Just like Jordan had a signature shoe. Then, what I mean now, think about how basketball was perceived
I thought
in
we
the
were doing
70s.
an NBA Finals recap.
I mean,
Like,
I mean, it's just it's basketball. I mean, we talking about the greatest ever. It's just
sure, I'm just,
but I'm just saying the way
that's an off season conversation. But keep going.
the way the league was looked at in the 70s, it wasn't looked at the same way it was in the 80s. And television was different then.
Yeah.
So in the economy was different then. The
Yeah.
economy was much different in the 70s, as we all know. But what Kareem was doing, he was doing the same thing Jordan was doing, except what makes his even more distinctive is the social impact.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like, okay, you were doing it on the court and off the court, and off the court in the same kind of ways, except the economy and the times were different.
Yeah.
That's all. Now, what the Jordans lovers tell me is, well, the game is different. Oh, no. What they say is, well, Kareem needed somebody to give him the ball. And my counterpoint to that is they outlawed the dunk because of Kareem.
They did not outlaw the dunk in the NBA.
No.
In college. In college they did, not in the NBA.
But it was because of him.
Yeah.
And when they outlawed the dunk, what did he do? He came up with the most unstoppable shot ever.
Yeah. Only thing second to it is what? The fadeaway by Mike that he perfected.
He didn't start the fadeaway.
He perfected it though.
But still, the sky hook, they outlawed the dunk.
Okay, here's the thing. I get what you're saying.
They didn't change any rules for Mike.
I understand. They didn't change any rules in the NBA for Kareem.
They outlawed dunking in basketball.
That was in college, not the pros. Did they outlaw it in the pros? Not at all. Okay. So look, all I'm saying is
Powell Memorial.
The difference between Jordan and Kareem. The reason why Kareem is not the GOAT. Jordan had more and consistent winning, where he was the focal point. Kareem really...
He was a loser. He was a loser from 1984 to 1990. He did nothing but lose. Am I correct?
Look at those teams you had though.
No.
You talked last time you were on. You talked about how LeBron was able to drag bums to the finals. How Rondo was able to win with bums. Yeah. Jordan drug bums to the damn
Jordan got two
playoffs
picks
every
in
year.
1987.
Who was it? Scotty and who else?
Horace Grant.
Okay,
they were lottery picks, weren't they?
Yeah, and I think
he got two lottery picks in 1 year.
I don't think Horace even was a lottery pick.
Yeah, he was number 10
overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now they got help in 1987.
Two whole players.
They got help.
Like they're just gonna come out the box and be NBA ready.
Let me finish my point. They got help.
You ain't let me finish mine.
What the fuck? Then I'm sorry. Then the next year, Doug Collins get fired, and they get a better coach. They get Phil Jackson. They still were losing. Even though Pippen and Grant were there, they were losing from 87, 88, 89, and 90. They didn't win to 91.
But you forget, they also were going to every year they were getting better. They were going to divisional rounds. They were going to Eastern Conference Finals. They were going to Eastern. And who were they losing to?
You know who he was?
He was losing to
the
champs.
James Harden.
No.
He was the best offensive player in the league, and his team was going home.
You know what?
You remember
I need you. You
remember what the narrative used to be?
I need you to exit the studio.
The narrative used to be in the playoffs. Every time the Bulls were going home, the camera was on Jordan sitting on the bench with his hands on his head, didn't know what he was going to do. Loser. A great redemption story.
You really need to.
He really redeemed his career.
You really need to.
I'm glad he redeemed his career.
You really need to exit the studio. That was the most. What's the expletive? What's the descriptive word I can use? I've never heard of anything that just asinine in my entire life. To say Jordan was the hard.
Jordan was a loser from 1985 to 1990. It's in the record books.
Let me ask you this. In these games where he lost to who? He lost to eventual champs of that conference and or champs of the entire league. He lost to the Celtics. He lost to the Pistons. He lost to those teams. He didn't lose to like the Knicks or the damn Milwaukee Bucks or nothing like that. He lost to eventual champs of the league that year. When he was losing in those games, which you want to talk about, let me ask you, did he go out all guns blazing, or did he go out? No, I can't really do it right now.
I don't dispute that, but he still was going out.
Well, so don't compare him to a career loser like Harden, who every fucking big game is nowhere to be found. He doesn't have a gun.
No.
He doesn't go out all guns blazing.
Superstars
Harden doesn't have a
just
gun.
like that.
Harden doesn't have a gun in those major games.
It doesn't make a difference
He
that
didn't
he
even have
played against a team that
can't
was
find
better.
the bullets. He can't find the bullets.
So
Don't put him.
are you guys saying
pre-Jordan championships is 1,000 times better than Harden? It just is.
Pre-Jordan championships is LOSER, loser.
Not to me. No, not at all. And he also won slam dunk championships, 3-point contests. And look, I know those aren't MVPs. I'm sorry, and MVPs. The man had an MVP.
You won an MVP.
He won MVP before he had championship.
You didn't win a championship though. There was the only thing different between him and Dominique Wilkins before '90 was a dunk title and some MVPs. That's it.
No,
you still was a guy who was a superstar scoring, going to the playoffs, losing.
Dominique couldn't even get to the conference finals ever. He couldn't get that high.
It don't make a difference if you go out in the conference finals or first round or the second round. You still going home.
No, it does matter. It does. You know why it matters? Because they pay you more. The higher you go, the more money you make.
So when they was going home in the first round,
so it's the same. If you get swept in the first round in 4 games, that's the same as losing in game 7.
I'm not tripping on no bonuses. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying no, not even money wise, just respect wise and how you view the team.
It don't make me no difference.
Wow, you don't trip off that. So
I don't care if you went home in the first round or if you went home in the conference finals. You still went home. You didn't win no chip.
Wow.
You just a team that made the playoffs.
That's bullshit in and of itself because you took pride in the Celtics last year losing in Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals.
But we still didn't win. We didn't win shit.
No doubt, but you still took pride in it, and you still were like, "Oh wow, I'm super optimistic about this next season."
Every year we win in the title until we get put out. As far as I'm concerned, that's just how I roll.
Okay, I hear you on that.
Now, some people think it's not realistic, but
the main point of my argument is Jordan. You can't put him on that type of level. And this went from the finals to Kareem and Jordan now to Jordan Harden, but just overall, Kareem was not the focal point and the Finals MVP and the reason for all those Lakers championships. A lot of those, if not all of those, were Magic.
Did you see his 87 numbers?
I didn't say all.
You know how old he was in 87?
Most of them. Yeah, he clowned.
He was Finals MVP.
He clowned.
He was Finals MVP.
He clowned.
He was like 37 years old.
That's one of them. That's one of them. 80, he wasn't even there. He was hurt. Magic. I'm just saying.
That's one
title. I'm not taking nothing away from Kareem. Kareem is the best, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that Kareem was the reason that they won all them LA championships. It wasn't. It was Magic fucking Johnson. We know that. Now, if you want to say they maybe wouldn't have won without the cap, they wouldn't have won all of them without the cap.
We know they don't.
That's probably true. But guess what? With everybody else on that team, just minus cap, they getting at least 3 championships. They getting at least 3. You know what I'm saying? You can take away that 87 if you want.
I don't know about
you can take
that.
away 85 if you want.
I don't know about that one, but that man was making all-star teams and putting up numbers in the 80s.
No, man.
In the 80s, Kareem was still getting it in.
Trust, I know he was. Look, when I was a kid, the first thing when I learned about the game of basketball, my first thought of player was Dr. J and Kareem.
Those were the first 2 books I read in the library about basketball players.
Dr. J and Kareem.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you see Kareem, it's like, I mean, I actually remember stats from these 2 books. It's wild.
That's sick.
Dr. J has 11.5 inches from his thumb to his pinky.
Wow.
It made me measure my hand.
Wow. 11.5. I wonder how much Kawhi's is then.
Probably the same or bigger.
Yeah, probably like.
I really kind of don't like when they be like, hold your hand up and all of that.
It's kind of like turning them into like a freak or something. Yeah, like making freak show.
We all got big hands in the
NBA. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
you know
I don't like that. True.
You got me measuring my hand up against this other man's hand.
Michael palmed the ball all the time and used it to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? But all right, so we digress. Jordan's still better. He's the best. But
in Chicago,
it was a great.
He's not better than Kareem.
Dude runs the league, man. He's the reason. He's the reason why this game is played. It's the reason why it's played in countries that it wasn't played in before '92 Olympics. He's the reason why he's played there now.
Just him?
It's mostly him. Dude, he's a global icon.
Okay, it was a marketing campaign.
It worked.
Power Memorial, UCLA, Milwaukee Bucks, Los Angeles Lakers. Titles. Nothing but titles when you Google this man.
Yeah.
Everywhere he went, titles.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He would have won 4. He won 3 straight most outstanding player at the finals.
Yeah, well,
I mean, in college.
I'm sorry, Michael didn't win at Laney, but he won everywhere else.
Did he get cut at Laney? He got cut at Laney, right?
He got cut from. He got cut from. Yeah,
he got cut at Laney. The Buccaneers.
But did he get his spot back? Did he get his spot? Was he on the varsity? Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
At Powell Memorial, Lou Alcindor, those things didn't happen.
The short hell.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
like we said though. I mean, anyway. Back to the NBA. Back to the NBA and the current NBA. I'm sorry.
Current NBA. Toronto is your champs.
Shout out Pat McCaw.
No, a big shout out to
my son is on his way to the parade as we speak.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they're gonna have a ball. It'll be his 3rd parade.
I'm surprised they haven't had a parade yet. Yeah, the city parade had to gear up for this. It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
The whole country of Canada gonna be shut down. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah,
it's not a big surprise. We knew Toronto would win. Is this the end of a dynasty with Golden State?
I don't think it's the end. It's just going to be different now.
Right.
Like we were talking about before we came on. Things have changed in the last couple of weeks since we last talked.
Yeah.
It really does seem as though KD is going to be leaving now. I don't know though. I wouldn't have a problem with being paid $31 million in rehab. But if you're talking about teams are going to give you the supermax and to not even play,
$31 million to sit down, but he can also get a supermax to not even play.
Yeah, everybody's going to pay him to not play. So
right.
But if I'm him, I would probably have a little malice in my heart towards Golden State.
To who? Oh, because they told him to go play.
Yeah. I mean, and he's an extra sensitive dude anyway.
He is,
and it's kind of strange because he lets certain things get to him, and they shouldn't.
You know what makes up for that though?
What's that?
Give me the supermax right now. Don't wait till next year. Just drop it on him right now. That was.
They came out the other day and said they want to give him and Clay the supermax.
They did.
They had to.
Okay, you got to. Yes, you damn well better.
But as far as KD. He those 2 injuries pretty much they changed the landscape of free agency.
Yeah,
if you think about it. And then what happened yesterday?
I don't think they've changed it because people were saying that he's going to leave, and before he got hurt, people were saying he was going to leave. So how did it change?
Because you had teams who were making plans on trying to team him up with Kyrie, or it altered like a couple of teams. Plan A and Plan B, because now was your Plan B Brad Beal trying to trade for Brad, or were you trying to get the next best thing you could get to KD?
Who was trying to get Brad? Golden State?
Oh, a lot of teams want Brad.
Yeah, Brad is good. Shit, he's good as shit.
I mean, I don't know why the Lakers ain't trying to get him, but they don't have nothing to pay trade now.
Right. Sure the hell don't.
The Lakers.
But you don't want to keep bringing them up. I think you got like low key love them or something.
Never.
You sure? You sure bring them up a lot, bro?
No, you gotta know your enemy.
Well, yeah, we already know that, but you sure talk about them. I'm just saying.
No, because they're in the news. I mean, they got Anthony Davis yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad that we didn't get him.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. I'm so.
I said
I didn't want him. I'm glad. I knew we weren't gonna get him because he didn't want to go there, but. I think that the dynasty is not over, but it's definitely going to be. It's going. The West isn't. The championship definitely is not going through Golden State, and I don't think the Western Conference is going through. I don't think it's going through Golden State.
Oh, it still is.
Say what?
It still is.
I don't think it is. See, with those injuries, I'm not going by like the years to come. I'm just going by next season alone.
By next season.
And I think next season, it's going to be 2 teams that's running it. I think it's going to be the Lakers and Portland. I really think it's going to be their league.
It's going to be the Lakers and Golden State.
I really think it's going to be their conference.
But remember, Boogie's going to be healthy next year, and he wants to come back to Golden State.
Well, that's true. But how healthy is he going to be? And
he's going to be completely healthy.
Are they going to sign him? Because he can go somewhere and get a max deal.
He ain't going to give him no max. Because
you don't think so?
If they do, they just trying to mess with Golden State's cap. Seriously, because he still got a little bit of baggage, even though he cleaned it up this year. But if you already coming on record stating that you want to come back to Golden State, and you pretty much already know if you come back to Golden State, you, Draymond, and Steph, come on, you think that ain't good?
True, I think it's great, but
that's still better than most of the teams in the West.
I would take him in Boston. I would, if I was Charlotte, I would try to get him. If I was Orlando, I would try to get him. I mean, he would be great. He would be great for a lot of teams.
I think for us to get him, we would have to do a sign and trade or something. I don't know.
Sign and trade for him.
I was reading something that said even it ain't. We don't have too much cap flexibility for real. Even if Kyrie leave, it ain't too
Well,
much
we're
we
gonna
can
have
do.
some then because we know he going, but I just think just the West, Golden State is in trouble. They're not all the way out of it because you still have Steph. You're pretty good. You got a great management team. You still have good players. They'll be all right, but they're going to take a significant step back. I don't see. There's not. I don't think they'll be in the top three. I don't think they'll be in the top. And there's no way they'll be in the top three next year
Okay,
with
before
those losses.
before free agency starts, just looking at that projected big three right there, that projected big three healthy. That projected big three.
Mm-hmm,
When you just look at the other playoff teams,
mm-hmm,
don't even look at the Lakers.
mm-hmm.
Just the other playoff teams in the West.
Right.
What big three is comparable to that big three? Completely healthy.
What big three? You talking about the Golden State's big three?
If that big three is completely healthy of Steph, Draymond, and Boogie Cousins, completely healthy, all-star level. What other big three in the West outside of the Lakers is comparable?
I'll be honest with you. Nurkic, CJ, and Dame are not bad. Nurkic was hurt. If Nurkic is healthy,
Nurkic's my guy. That's a different series.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
at
So
completely healthy, nah, still not.
I don't know. And then you look at Denver. What you call it? Jamal's going to get better. I don't even like his game, but he's going to get better. What is it? Barton. I love Barton. Barton does not get enough love to me. Will Barton is cold blooded. I don't think he gets enough love.
And even with saying all that big three is nowhere near comparable. Joker, Jamal, and Barton, or Joker, Jamal, and whoever.
Yeah.
It could be Alex English. It don't matter. I'm just saying.
He said Alex English.
You can
Dikembe in there. If you
can go down, you can go down the line. You can go down the line of every team that made the playoffs, and you can look at their big three, and you can just see if it's comparable to it. Golden State is not that far off. I mean, it just seems like it because both injuries happen so quick together, so close together, and they won't be back. But if you take away all the fluff and just look at everything, no, Golden State ain't that far away. Come on.
They're not. I'm going on record right now saying that they will not end the season next season in top three. I seriously do not see that. And I don't know. You don't know how healthy. You're going off another hypothetical. How healthy is Boogie going to be, even if he stays with Golden State? You know what I'm saying? This off season, this is going to be.
He's gonna stay with Golden State.
You don't know that. You don't know who.
Unless he gets an offer. Unless he gets an offer from a team that's a certified winner. Look at it. That's how you got to look at it. The dude lost his whole career. Only taste the winning you ever got was this year.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna go away from that? Unless it's a certified winner already. Like let's say the Clippers come calling, you got to go.
Oh, you got to do that.
But if it's anybody else for real, that's not really a threat to win the title.
That's true because he's got his
Why
money.
leave?
Yeah, he's got his money. I keep
thinking, go back to the same situation he was in Sacramento.
Yeah, he's got his money. You sure right about that? Yeah, because he's willing to give up. He's willing to take so much less money to win. He wants to win.
You know what I'm saying? You've been losing for all those years. Matter of fact, you're the reason that they lost the title. But
don't say, come on, man. Don't Boogie.
He's part of the karma. He's part of the karma.
I love you, Boogie. I love you, Boogie. Don't say that, man. That's not his.
The
Don't
guy
do
had a
nothing.
losing record.
Bruh, that is not his fault. That brother tried his best. He was out there balling.
No.
He did what KD. He did what KD and Clay did. He just didn't get hurt. Now, if he got hurt, he'd be getting all the love and KD and Clay got. But he out there playing hurt, man. He wasn't 100% from that. The man got injured in the first game of the playoffs, first few minutes, and was able to rehab himself all the way back. Come on, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just
that's huge.
You see what number he was wearing?
What number he had?
He wore number 0.
Boogie didn't have on 0 in the finals, did he?
He wore it all year.
He did.
Guess who he got that number from?
The Chief? I don't know. Shoot.
Nope. God's son. Guess who wore number 0 in Golden State the last 2 years?
Patrick did? I knew you. Dang, for real?
Karma.
That was Patrick number?
Karma.
Oh, Lord.
You take away the most blessed guy and bring him in with the most jinxed guy. You follow him up with the most jinxed guy. Look what happens.
Okay.
You don't like to hear that, but hey, it's in the cards.
Speaking of, if you want to talk about it. It's just I don't. Karma is a real thing, but I don't go that far with it. But I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I didn't even know he had on 0. But all right, so that's a Golden Side state of it. What's Toronto going to do? Are they going to stay on this level? Are they going to be?
I'm going on record right now. If Kawhi resigns, that's 4 straight rings for Pat.
Damn, 4 straight.
If Kawhi resigns, ain't nobody beating him.
Wow. So but LeBron is so good, he won't have nothing to say about that.
He'll be in the finals. They're not gonna beat Toronto.
Oh, my man just dropped a 4 straight bomb. Yeah, he locked it in. This ain't going nowhere.
if Kawhi resigns.
Oh my God, are you
Because
serious?
he really don't have to resign. I mean, he's in the same boat LeBron was in.
For real?
After LeBron won with Cleveland, it was like, I don't have nothing else to prove. I don't have to stay here. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's Kawhi is like
Right.
that now. Because if you know, did you see that what happened before that pregame? I think Norman Powell was trying to rile everybody up and give everybody fist bumps and everything.
Oh yeah, and he was just like,
let's go.
Yeah. When he pointed, when he didn't even dap him. Yes, he just pointed. That was amazing in the fact that I coupled that with what Lowry said. Lowry said, and you can tell he is not lying when he says this, because he says it like Kawhi. We totally took on the personality of our leader. We're playing like him.
Right.
We're not getting too up. We're not getting. I mean, his whole demeanor has changed. Like, he never talked like that before. You know what I'm saying? When his boy was there, it was jovial and this and that and all this and playing and bullshit and all this.
Right.
But now it's straight fucking business. We're not here for nothing else. We ain't done nothing.
I'm glad you brought that up too.
Man, I love that.
Did you see the after the post game interview with Fred VanVleet?
Which one? On NBA TV?
You know how like they just on the podium and they got different random interviewers come up and random reporters come up and ask questions.
No, I didn't see that.
Kyle Lowry was joking around again. He asked him some questions, and Fred VanVleet, he was joking around, but then he got serious in his answer, and he really gave Kyle Lowry like a lot of love. It was wonderful because he was like, he talked about people talk about playoff Kyle Lowry.
I saw that. Yep. I didn't watch the video, but I saw Bleach Report had a little thing about that. Yeah, they kicked that up.
Because dude, even though I mean, Jalen Rose said it, same thing I said. He took it on the chin a lot from a lot of people, but rightfully so.
Yeah.
You had moments like that.
Yeah.
Just like, like I believe it was game 3, and Kyle Lowry had got off. Yeah. And me and my son was at home like, but this the one game Kyle Lowry gonna get off, so he better take advantage of it.
Right.
But he was consistent throughout this series though.
Any bad stuff that you've said about Kyle in the past, as people who know basketball and watched him play, that man he pushed all that shit in the rear view. I mean, he cannot say anything about that man's game anymore. He played on a level that I seriously never thought I'd see him play on. He played on a level, real talking. This is the truth. This isn't like some exaggerated shit like you said earlier. Harden needs to play like that. If Harden can play like that for an entire series, they would win. But he doesn't. He plays like that.
They have
maybe one game.
They have a whole different. Unfortunately, they have a whole different philosophy in Houston, and that comes from their coach.
True, they have a horrible coach. But you know what?
Horrible coach.
What I mean by that is not play like Kyle played, but play as make the smart basketball play first. Make the smart basketball, because that's what he did. He shot when he needed to. He scored when he needed to score. He passed when he needed to pass.
He's a natural point guard.
That's very true.
That's the difference between what D'Antoni calls Harden his points guard.
Yeah, but he's
not point guard.
Yeah.
He calls him his points guard.
Yeah.
But Kyle Lowry,
Chris is the point guard.
Me as a coach, I always defer to traditional point guards because that's what we grew up on.
Right.
Right. Maurice Cheeks. I've always loved Maurice Cheeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I like point guards like that.
Yeah.
Distribute the ball first.
See, true. But I go with a John Stockton. I love somebody who can do that, but give me some fucking buckets. You know what I'm saying? You got to give me some points,
too. Think about it, Maurice Cheeks really wasn't too much different from John Stockton. No. John Stockton wasn't like super killer offensively. He could get you. But think about it. Maurice Cheeks, he could get you too. It's just that look who he had to play with.
I take Stockton over him all day. Over Cheeks, yeah. But maybe Cheeks, because Cheeks has that height over him. Cheeks has that height.
I wouldn't say like all day. I mean, I love. Don't get me wrong. Stockton.
I don't remember Cheeks' game like that. If I when I was a kid,
Cheeks used to give us problems.
Cheeks was kind of done. You know what I'm saying? And when he was playing, yeah, I do remember
Cheeks
watching
used
him
to
play.
give us problems, man.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. He was like you said, a traditional point guard, dishing the ball, but his defense was what was stellar. Stockton had great defense and could score. You know what I'm saying? He was the real traditional point guard. My point guard has to play D, score, and know how to push the rock. You got to do them three. That's a real point guard.
I don't put scoring second because I look at it like this.
In random order.
Don't get me wrong. Well, I got those same three, but I always look at it like your point guard starts your offense naturally, and he has to start your defense at the same time. Because who's bringing the ball up the court on the other end?
True. Yes.
So your point guard, he has to be able to start your offense and your defense.
Very true.
So it's like if you're not good at defense, or just having the floor generalship as a point guard, you know, I just something about you I just can't get with. It's like I need that. Don't get me wrong, the scoring first point guards, they're cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I need my point guard averaging like 9 assists a game on up.
Right.
I can't 7 assists a game like what Kyrie does, and even Damon to some extent.
Yeah.
I need my point guard. You got to be 9 on up.
Yeah.
Because because like if you're at 9 assists on up, then your assist to turnover ratio more than likely is like 3 to 1.
Right.
And guy told me a long time ago, Coach, before you complain to my refs, check your missed free throws and your turnovers.
Right.
Before you say anything to the refs, check your free throws, missed free throws, and turnovers, and then you can see what you can complain about.
Yeah.
Because if you got a lot of turnovers, what you complaining to the ref for? You turn the ball over all game, and if you missed your free throws,
I feel you.
You see me?
But to bring it back to the Kyle thing, I think I just was really happy with him. Van Vliet played his ass off. Wichita State, shout out to them, they in the house. But I also too, I want to give a shout out to DB. I want to give a shout out to Doris Burke. Those questions she asked to all of them after the game, I loved them. The one she asked to Kawhi, the one she asked Kawhi asking about San Antonio, the one she asked to Kyle. Listen. The one she asked about Kyle. Asking about DeMar, the one she asked to Gasol, asking about Memphis. It showed these guys. It showed people that didn't know this team, these players, where they had came from, where they came from. Right. They didn't just like pop into this championship this year. Mark just got here not too long ago. Kyle been here for a minute. Kawhi just got here last summer. They just molded this shit into a championship. Shout out to Missouri. Say his name.
Masai Ujiri.
Shout out to him because that brother killed it. I used to dog him out for all them years trying to keep DeMar and Kyle together, but he realized, look, I'm sorry, this ain't gonna work like this. You got to lose your boy. Boom. Let me get somebody better. Boom. I did. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
props to him.
Another thing to touch on that Kyle Lowry. You've heard of Knuckleheads, Q Richardson and D Miles.
Yeah. Yep. I heard about that.
If you ever get a chance, see Kyle Lowry on there.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry and AI was on the episode.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't a Kyle Lowry fan until I saw the episode. I mean, don't get me wrong, I respected him a little bit. But when I saw that and heard him talk about what went on in Memphis, because I've actually defended him about.
Wait, say that. Start over again. You said who was on Knuckleheads?
Kyle Lowry and AI. I think it was like the All-Star edition of Knuckleheads, if I'm not mistaken. And Kyle Lowry was talking about what went on while he was in Memphis.
Kyle Lowry was never in Memphis.
Kyle Lowry was in Memphis and Houston.
Kyle Lowry?
When he first started his career, Kyle Lowry was considered a bust for a long time.
When was he with Memphis?
Kyle Lowry was in Memphis when they drafted Mike Conley.
Word?
He talked about it on the episode. He talked about how they would go at each other in practice super hard.
Yeah.
To the point nobody really knew who should start. Lionel Hollins comes in. Conley's a starter. Kyle Lowry on the bench.
Wow.
Just made a blanket choice just like that.
Wow.
Because I think D Miles was there on like riding the bench before he.
I remember him being on there.
So he was like, man, he was telling him like, I used to see you, be cooking in practice,
wow.
But Kyle Lowry was talking about all the hard work he had to go through.
Yeah.
Like he's like, okay, I'm killing in practice and I'm playing 8 minutes a game.
Yeah.
It's long before All-Star Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
So I was arguing with some people and telling them like, cause they were talking about how certain guys, if they don't do something in their first couple of years, they trash. Like, you know how guys on the internet talk about Lonzo Ball. So I'm like, going off that theory, Kyle Lowry's a bum then. Because for Kyle Lowry, first 4 years, he was almost, he wasn't getting no clock or nothing. But now you look at him, it's the story of, the story of perseverance.
That happens so much though to professional athletes. I mean, you're great, but are you giving an opportunity? That happens in collegiate athletes even more. That's why you see cats transfer schools so much.
In basketball, they'll lose you. You'll be out the league quickly.
In all sports, why you think not faster in NFL? What you saying?
Since they don't have no options in football.
At all.
The lovely game of basketball can be played worldwide.
But true, and there's no guaranteed contracts in that league.
And hopefully they'll be legalizing marijuana soon, as far as for medicinal purposes, because we do need to.
We need recreational and medical.
I was saying it in the league, but this is the marriage of basketball and blunts.
Exactly. No, it's a marriage of baskets and blunts. There you go. Marijuana and basketball. You got that right. But also, too, they need to legalize recreational and medical as soon as possible. And, yes, I don't know why. I think the NBA is kind of laxed on it. I don't know. The NHL probably doesn't even get asked this question, even though they should. NHL, where do you stand in marijuana for your players? Do they get tested for it? Can they take it? NFL.
I know they do have a drug program. Like, all sports do. They don't really speak on it a whole lot. I mean, you hear about guys who've been in the drug program. Remember, like both not Bob Probert. Remember him? Remember he had a huge drug problem.
And what sport he play?
Bob Probert used to play for the Red Wings.
Played for the Red Wings.
Bob Probert, the 24, big fighter.
Only person I remember for the Red Wings was Scotty Bowman. That is all I remember.
So you just say, hey, if it ain't black and gold, you don't.
I mean, no. I look back in the day. No, black and gold, white, orange, and blue. No. I'm sorry, white, green, and blue. You remember them?
White, green, and blue. Oh, you talking about the Whalers?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Them
okay.
also too. Also.
East Coast in the house, yeah.
All day, baby. Y'all know what it is. Also, too, white, green, and blue. Springfield Indians. I'm up. That's my squad. What else? Red, white, and black. Let's give it up to the Chicago Blackhawks. That was one of my squads. Back in the day with me with hockey, if your jersey was sick, I was with you. That's how it was. Yeah, if your jersey was sick. But I had the Whalers, the Springfield Indians, and the Bruins because I was closest to them. And this is a fact that a lot of people don't know. That jersey that Snoop has on in the Gin and Juice video.
Sacramento. What's that? Sacramento. What's their last name?
Kings. I don't know. Is it a hockey team?
Yes, it's a minor league. It's a minor league hockey team or minor league baseball team.
I don't know about that one, but the one jersey he has on when he's standing on top of that car and it's an Indian, that's the Springfield Indians. That's my team from where I'm from, in Springfield, Mass.
The green and blue.
Yep, the green.
Oh, that's the one I'm talking about. I'm tripping. I got the wrong one.
Okay, yeah.
I'm thinking about one but just had a green and S. Green S. But I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know the one you're talking about.
Had a straight Indian on that mug.
You ever heard of this website called Uniwatch.com?
I don't know, but if you see a Springfield Indians jersey on that mug, get it for me or tell me so I can get one.
Go on Uniwatch.
Do you think they got it? I would pay money for that jersey. I would rock that jersey.
It's a website dedicated toward uniforms.
Uniwatch.com.
Past uniforms, present uniforms.
Well, let's jump into it then too, man. We are in St. Louis. We got to give it up. First championship since 2011 in his mug. Way to go. St. Louis Blues, man. I did not pick y'all. I'm pissed off. This man did. He got another one right. Damn. Go ahead. Yay Blues.
Shout out to the Blues. Shout out to the Blues. Yeah, they parade. Yeah.
Right. It was
ridiculous. Basketball never stops.
Ever. See, this is the thing. This man is very St. Louis, but he does not want to talk hockey over basketball. He does not want to do that. He does not want to.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We high off the glass.
Okay. Well, look. Let me.
Not high in the crease.
High in the crease.
High off the glass. Not high in the crease.
That is a hockey term.
I mean, because if we start talking about hockey, even though we both got knowledge, I mean, a lot of people really don't know about hockey.
I don't give a shit what they know, but you got more about hockey knowledge than me. But I'll tell you one damn thing. This was the first Stanley Cup I've watched, I want to say, since damn Mario Lemieux. Like, this was a really good one,
yeah,
bro.
I'm not going to front. I did look at some games. It was hard to watch some games, even though toward the end, they tried to make sure they spaced them out to where, they weren't conflicting with the NBA schedule.
They always do that. I love that. NBA and NHL always work together because they have to, because they start so close to each other.
Because they know when nobody watch the NHL.
Damn. Dude, always got to take low blows. Dude, can we be in front of the NHL too, dog?
I mean,
I would like them as a sponsor.
just say, hey, we love you, NHL. Basketball.
I know one thing. They need to get on another channel besides NBC so people can see their games. Damn.
Well,
just get on another channel.
I don't really have any problem with it. I mean, I look at NBC Sports Network, NBC.
There's nothing.
Did you see what was on today?
On NBC Sports Network?
No, on regular NBC.
Today?
Yeah, and CBS.
Nah, bro, I was so asleep. I didn't get to go to church.
How about the rugby championship?
That was on
CBS. The major rugby championship was on CBS.
Wow, yeah.
And on KSDK NBC, they actually had a lacrosse game on.
See, this is what's funny is when NHL and NBA stopped, like two major sports in American in America in general. When they stop, the things that come to fill the void. Because we about to get a gang of bowling,
the American cornhole.
Yup,
that's why I just keep it on NBA TV,
bro. It's gonna be.
I mean, well, basketball don't stop for me.
It don't all day.
I'm
all
going.
Day,
Summer League finna start.
Oh, Summer League is so dope.
Summer League
and the combine.
Actually, what a lot of people don't trip off of, since they don't look at Summer League.
My little nephews love the combine.
You're gonna miss Zion.
5 years old.
Because any game Zion plays in Summer League, it's gonna be on TV.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
That's gonna fuck around. That's gonna be on ESPN, maybe ABC.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a good little game.
And then you got AAU finishing up. So it depends on how you feel about basketball.
I feel you. I tell you one thing. I'm so ready. It's just the stuff that comes in. It's just it's so whack. But I'm ready for this NBA off season. It's gonna be off the chain. I tell you one thing. Right now, what you currently smoking on? What was the last stuff you had?
Nothing like in Denver. I mean, well, when normally.
Wow, you were saying a bunch of low blows today.
Because when I was in Denver, I had a ball. I mean, shout out to Silver Valley OG. Shout out to Skywalker OG. Shout out to Shere Khan. Shout out to Purple Rain. I can go on.
Right.
But when you just hear on the street, normally you don't really get too many names. Shout out Girl Scout Cookies. Shout out Gorilla Glue.
Yep. Had all them. They're all good.
I mean, when I was, like I said, when Good Chemistry, my people. Medicine Man, my people. Colorado Harvest Company, my people.
Right.
Can't wait to get back to see y'all.
I know that's right.
But when you hear somewhere where like you say where it's not recreational. And it's just doing things on the street. It's completely different. You get some names sometimes, but getting back to like we were talking about before, making it recreational and for medical, legalizing recreational. Legalizing recreational. What people don't understand is how much of an income boon it would be to the economy.
Oh God, yes. Yep.
From what I saw personally in Denver, and from what people have told me who lived there, who I was interacting with. It just made everything so much more. It did make things more expensive, but it opened up money flow. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just regular Joe Blow that smokes weed.
Right. It's every fucking body. It's damn near everybody. And it's people that normally wouldn't smoke weed now are doing it, or they're messing with the CBD oil. Why? To relieve pain.
Because they're seeing. See what a lot of smokers non-smokers don't understand the difference between CBD and THC. THC, cannabis, which is high in THC, which is mainly what we have on the street, that's the mind altering it, which is what the people have been fooled into years and believing it's going to burn. You're going to do.
It's going to hurt you. It's going to destroy your mind. That's some crazy shit.
But if you have health issues, you need CBD. Anything that's high in CBD, which is for medical.
Right.
And I actually tested myself. While I was there, making sure that I had some CBD and some regular THC or sometimes a hybrid, just so I could see the effect that it would have on my body, since I actually do need CBD because I have osteoarthritis.
Right.
And it does help you as far as with the pain that you have. You know what I'm saying? Even the THC, they think it doesn't help you with the pain, but it helps you with the emotional and psychological pain that you're dealing with.
THC to me, if my marijuana does not have a strong THC content, I'm upset with it because I won't get the effects that I want from THC. THC it does what I want it to do. It slows me down. It slows my body down. Slows my mind down. But not to the point where I can't do what I want to do.
Then
You know
you got different strains of THC, which is what the non-smokers don't understand,
exactly.
and they just think everything. Oh, it's just doctored up, blah 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 blah. No, it's not like that.
Yeah,
You
at all.
it's all coming from the ground. It's just like you got different beans
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
grow.
Yep, that's how this is.
Same thing.
What I'm currently on. I hope I say the name right. Nepali OG. It comes from
Like the city in Italy.
you, no, it's Nepali, also known as Nepal Kush. It comes from Nepal,
Oh,
from the mountains of Nepal. It does actually. It's indica, and it's 85% indica, and the THC level. What is it? High at 21%.
21%.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my cutoff in Denver. If it
Yeah,
wasn't 21%
yeah.
or more, I wouldn't really mess
Can't
with it.
really mess with it. And
No, if it was less than 21%, I wasn't
right,
messing with it.
exactly,
So I'm
because
like,
it's a
no.
waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's recommended to use at night, but that's what I'm currently blowing on right now, especially with my high hemps. Y'all know I keep those, but I'm enjoying it. It
Hold on, I don't mean to interrupt you,
uh huh
but like, you just made a good point about, like you said, it's recommended that you use it at night.
uh huh
What the non-smokers don't understand is certain strains they relieve you in a way where it
yes
helps you
yes
sleep. You
yes
see what I'm saying?
yes yes
It, yes, we smoke,
mhm
but there's different effects and different reasons that you look for. You
mhm
see what I'm saying? And
mhm
I mean, yeah, some of us are severely addicted,
yeah. You silly.
and but there are issues that you're trying to deal with.
Exactly, and that's the point of why I think the mindset and the stigmatism from marijuana has dissipated so much in the last few years because what do you specifically want it to do? Do you want it to help you go to sleep? Boom, there's a strand for that. Do you want something to get you motivated and go to work? Boom, there's a strand for that. Do you want to be more artistic when you write, draw, or whatever the hell you do? Boom, there's a strand for that. Whatever you want, there's one specifically for that. You just want your joints to feel better? You want something like that? Here's some oil for that. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Or here's another strain for that. Boom. That's why the stigma, I think, is falling away, and it needs to fall away faster. And like you keep saying, I mean, the state of Colorado, each child that goes to public schools gets a MacBook, brand new MacBook every year. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a small thing. They have so much extra money. Every state that is that are bringing down those marijuana laws, every state, their revenue,
It goes up.
it just constantly goes up.
And
It's just
then you have
it's
people like
ridiculous.
the dumbass governor of Kentucky who just came out and said, "Oh, it'll never get legalized in my state."
Yeah, but he don't have a problem with
Did,
moonshine though.
did you hear what his? But and then he went on to back up his statement with due to all the overdoses.
You
This is the
lying,
governor.
bruh. Overdoses of what in marijuana?
I overdosed last night. Got a nice nap.
It got up and ate some shit. Or maybe ate some shit for you.
Overdose. Are you serious?
On marijuana. He said that, bruh.
He's an elected official.
What?
But think about it. Like
that don't mean they smart.
It's Kentucky. I'm not bemoaning anybody from the state of Kentucky, but
Right.
the education rate it's almost the same as Mississippi,
Oh yeah.
and that's one of the lowest education rates in the country.
That's sad.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's
it's like,
sad.
and you guys are a red state.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. You vote against things that.
Wow. You jumped into a interesting subject at the end of this. that was super interesting.
That's the thing about that's the great thing about THC.
Right.
It enables you to speak about many different subjects because so many different things cross your head.
It's true, man.
I mean, we have many thoughts that cross
You're
our
right.
mind.
You
Anyway.
are correct.
But when you have THC, it helps you
Yeah.
slow your thought process down. It's like, you know what, we can speak about that.
That's very true.
We can speak about this.
That's very true.
You know, but
Thank you,
the non-smokers,
Mr. Hill. Oh,
I feel sorry for y'all.
thank you for making it happen again this week. Thank you,
Oh, yeah.
short notice, for running up in here. We appreciate you.
I want to give a special shout out to my wife too. Tomorrow's her birthday, Mrs. Sherry Hill. Love you for life.
Miss Sherry Hill, we love you. Happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday.
Oh yeah.
We are going to wrap this thing up, but you know how we do here on High Off the Glass. We're going to give another reason why why St. Louis needs an NBA basketball team. Here is my reason for this episode. We just saw the Blues win the whole thing. Remember that feeling that you had, that feeling you have of euphoria and amazement and happiness, and no one is better than us? It's times 1,000 with an NBA team. Okay, it's times 1,000 when you're able to conquer that league. If you're able to conquer that league and win that trophy, it's not a cup, it's a trophy. If you're able to win that Larry O.B., as Kawhi just said, wow.
Nothing better.
Wow. Come on, man. I mean, that's just that's a reason in and of itself. So I just want to again thank Mr. Hill, Coach Hill, for Damon. This is awesome that you coming down. Thank you for doing this. And NBA, remember that's the reason. That's my reason, y'all. Because the feeling you will have when your team wins in St. Louis, oh my goodness, it would be amazing.
Euphoria.
But oh god, euphoria on so many levels. But thank you everybody for stopping by High Off the Glass. We're about to wrap it up. We're gonna catch you guys next week, and remember,
keep smoking. Keep smoking
and hooping. That's right.
Right.